Hi guys, Lauren Oliver here for episode 9 of Ask Lauren Oliver, where I answer all of your burning questions about the writing process and life and publishing and basically anything you want to ask me. So our first question this week comes from Tumblr, Claris Nephilim, which is a question about finding inspiration and how I overcome writer's block. I mean, inspiration is everywhere. I find a lot of inspiration from the world around us. I think definitely actually reading newspapers and just looking up weird news and reading as much as possible. Things that happen in the real world are even crazier than things you can make up. And in terms of writer's block, partly I think it's just the discipline, trying to write a little bit every day and starting to cultivate that habit. That's always worked for me. But also, I think with writer's block, what happens is it's when the critical voice overwhelms the creative voice, and you start thinking, this is bad, this is terrible, I don't have any ideas, everything I'm writing is crappy. And just it helps to remember you don't have to write something good the first time or even the first 27 times. You can just kind of play around. It's supposed to be fun. So trying to take some of that pressure off yourself and get that critical voice to shut up is really important. Rachel and the YA Bookcase asks, did you always know who Lena would end up with Requiem, or did you wait to see how fans reacted to both Alex and Julian in books 1 and 2 to decide? So without giving away any spoilers, it's a little hard to answer that question. It's kind of an interesting question actually, because people definitely have different responses to what happens at the end of Requiem. I will say this, I always knew how I was going to end Requiem right from the start of the series. I didn't have any doubt about that. I didn't wait and see who would be, by popular demand, how to end the series, although that was tempting at points. Lizette from Goodreads asks, what inspired you to write Panic, and how are the characters different from your Delirium series? Well, Panic is very different from Delirium series. First of all, it's realistic. It's not dystopian. They live in kind of a grim world, similar to how they do in Delirium. But they're definitely kind of a little older. They've seen a lot more. They have less sheltered lives. And it's also the first time I've told a story from the perspective of a boy as well as a girl, so that was very different for me. But in some ways I do think Heather, the main girl character, is a little bit similar to Lena in that they both are people who kind of really don't think that they're special at the start of the stories, and they kind of doubt their ability to do anything great. And then over the course of the book, you find out that they can do things that are excellent. And Maya Farina from YouTube asks, are you a nerd fighter? Technically, since I'm not involved in any nerd fighter activities, I'm not sure that I can count myself as one, but I love nerd fighters, and I definitely think it's important to decrease world suck and be awesome. I'm like a nerd fighter supporter on the sidelines. And that's it. Thank you for watching this week, episode 9 of Ask Lauren Oliver. Don't forget to send me your questions on Twitter, Tumblr, YouTube. I post these videos every Wednesday. You can send me your questions for the week. Feel free to get crazy. Ask me anything you want to know. And I will see you next week. And I almost forgot, very exciting special announcement. Many of you may know that I'm also in addition to being a writer, I am the co-founder of a literary development company called Paper Lantern Lit, and we work with young writers and kind of help them, teach them how to plot books. You can learn more about our company on the website paperlanternlit.com. And this October, we are hosting our very first ever single day writers workshop intensive. It's a full day of events. It's basically a full day of workshops in which you will learn how to plot a book, in which you will learn what makes a commercial concept for a book, how to think about obstacles, character wants and needs, kind of all the tools that we use as we're developing our book ideas. It's going to be, I think, from 10 to 6. I am the keynote speaker. I will be there all day. This is really a great opportunity for aspiring authors, people who are really working on their craft and want to take it to a new level and learn really all of, again, the tips and trades, the insider tips and tools that we use when we're plotting and that I use when I'm plotting. So for information, please visit either my Tumblr or paperlanternlit.com and click on the link to the Writers Intensive. It's really going to be a fabulous day, and I hope to see a lot of people there.